Andrew, William.
Okay, sorry. Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Keep It Compact and to the Point MUET Speaking Seminar. I, Henry of H2P4, will be the moderator for this seminar. As the name suggests, this seminar aims to teach students to get their ideas across using short and concise sentences. Before we commence our seminar today, I would like to briefly introduce our guest speaker. Our guest speaker today hails from Great Perak. A MUET teacher by profession, she was awarded the title Guru Cemerlang Bahasa Inggeris MUET as recognition for her efforts to boost her students' performance in the MUET exams. Please welcome the amazing Madam Savina.
Okay, so fast. Okay, thank you, moderator Andrew. Andrew, right? And also the control host Kugana. Okay, all right. So I am Madam Vina from Sekolah Menengah Sri Budiman, Greek Perak. Yeah, I am a Guru Cemerlang, Bahasa Inggeris for MUET. Okay, and I'm teaching MUET for the past of 14 years. This is my 15th year. 15th year. And yeah, so thank you for inviting me, KMNS, college, matriculation college from Negeri Sembilan, especially Madam Chia. Okay, she invited me to help her students for their speaking exam next week. So, Andrew, are you sitting for the speaking exam next week? All of you? Okay. Okay, never mind. You can just respond in the chat section. I can read as well. Vishal is here. Happy sunshine. Who is that? Happy sunshine. If you write your name, I'll be very happy. Okay. Good evening, Vishal, and happy sunshine. Okay. All right. Without wasting my time. Okay, so let's start with my first slide. Okay, so I think you know about speaking. Okay, speaking and the code for speaking exam, the MUET speaking exam is 800 stroke 2. Okay, 800 stroke 2. And basically here, most of the slides, my slides based on the problems that you are facing for your speaking, and I wish to share my experience on how to tackle the problem that you are encountering now. Okay, all right, so there are few problems, right? Because I have already asked you to write your problem and what are the things that you want me to give you today. Okay, and there are few students. I forgot to print out that. Actually, I wanted to print out. I read thoroughly, and okay, don't worry. I will cover everything. Hopefully, okay. All right. So, dear students, first of all, I will just want to know: is everyone are taking speaking exam next week? Anyone can reply? Are you taking sitting for your speaking exam next week for session 3? Anyone? Can you please reply in the chat section? I can see Vishal. Okay. So far no reply. Okay, never mind. I think they will they will write soon. Yes, madam, Ming Hui. Okay, thank you, Ming Hui, for responding. Okay, good. Okay, don't worry. If you're sitting for your exam next week, I think this seminar is really very useful for you. Okay, because all the things that I want to share with you are the problems that the students usually undergo. Okay, all right. So I think it is very useful for you. Okay, all right. So this speaking exam, as you know, you have two parts, right? So before that, you should know there are two parts, and the first part is you got to give an oral presentation of individually, which is part one, and to interact in a group, which is your part two. Okay, and you can see here. Okay, let me use the pen here. Hopefully, I can use. Okay, so the famous topics here. Okay, about social issue. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, never mind. Culture, sports, gadgets, science and technology, health, environment, education, moral values, financial awareness, and consumerism. Okay, these are the famous topics, and you still have many more. Okay, but these are the famous topics that you should know. Okay, okay. I couldn't use the pen here because I want to draw for you the notes later. Okay, shall we use another? Kugana is here, right? Moderator Henry.
Yep, she's in. Yeah, she's in here.
Okay, can you ask Kugana to share another slide of mine?
Yep, sure.
And yeah, because I want to shut
Okay.
down, and we'll get back with this laptop once again.
Okay, we're doing it right now.
Yeah, let me share first. Okay. Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Sure, madam. The audience, please be patient as we are waiting to prepare our content for today's seminar.
The other students, those who are here, can hear me, Andre? Can hear me,
Yeah, yeah, we
Okay,
can.
those who are here, you can write the question that you wish to ask. Okay, you can write here. I can read first while waiting for my slide. I got to put it slideshow. Okay, let me go back. Okay, so you can write. Don't worry. Don't be shy. Okay, don't be shy because I'm here to help you. Okay, because you have your experienced math teacher, me, Madam Chia, and who else? Madeline, right? Madeline, I know her. Madeline. So, slideshow, is it? Slide home. Mm, slideshow beginning from. Okay, hopefully. Okay, you can ask Gugana to go back to the slide. Okay.
Okay, Kugana, can you?
Okay. Dear students, please write. Okay, please write. I can read here. Okay, copy link.
Madam, I think you stopped sharing your screen, right? Because Kugana can't find the screen, the secondary screen.
Okay, Kugana.
Madam, I think one of your mics have to be muted because there was like an echo just now.
Can you ask Kugana to put me down with the latest laptop, the link, and okay. Okay, I share my screen now. I got to be the beginning. Okay, all right. Now I think I can use my pen to write. Okay. Okay, can all right. So these are the topics. Okay, go back. Okay, so the structure of the speaking test, dear students, you have to know. Let me read the no question so far. Okay, never mind. Okay, sorry, yeah, sorry. Um, okay, so part one, part two, because you are going to sit for your exam next week, and listen carefully. Okay, just assume that you are in the examination hall. Okay, so once you have entered the quarantine room, okay, you'll be given the briefing. Okay, by the examiner. Okay, the head examiner. So the same thing, part one, part two, and they will tell you what are the things that you should do. Okay, all right. So once you entered the examination room or hall, okay, you'll be given the question paper. So each candidate, there will be four candidates, right? But it is according to your group members. Some will have three or four. Okay, so just follow the index number. Okay, so when you get the question paper, you can see that, okay, part one and part two in a different page. Okay, first page will be your part one and your second page will be your part two. Okay, all right, and they will give you 2 minutes to prepare. I mean, once you have seated, they will give you 2 minutes to prepare. I mean, before this, initially, you for the old syllabus, they will give you 1 minute to read and you can ask questions. But then for the new syllabus, you can't do that. Okay, we don't have that 1 minute for you to ask question. So straight away we will ask you to we will ask you to prepare for 2 minutes. So you have to write your points, and also you have to be prepared for your turn to deliver the points. Okay, so it is actually very challenging for those who are having some problems in speaking, because you don't have that 1 minute to ask. So it is really challenging, and I hope you can prepare well. Okay, all right, and 2 minutes for you to present. Okay, so other members, I mean other candidates, when the candidate A starts speaking, the other candidates, please don't do anything. Okay, you have to listen to your candidate A. I mean, please don't do anything means don't write. put the pen down and you have to listen to candidate A as well as B, C, and D. I mean, if candidate A starts delivering the speech, the others, everybody got to listen to them. Okay, you listen to them and you can't write. Okay, can't write anything. Please, because if you write, the examiner will ask you to stop writing. Okay, and it will interrupt your other candidates while they're speaking. So bear in your mind, when the candidate starts speaking, please put down your pen. You can't write anything, and you have to listen to them. Okay, so that is for part one. For part two, okay, after finishing your part one, for part two, they will give you 3 minutes to prepare, because this is your group discussion and the questions, it's a different question. Okay, part one will be a different question, but the main topic, the main topic here, for example, social issues, the main topic will be the same topic, social issue, only the situation will be differ. Okay, situation. So don't worry, I think you can speak. Okay, and for the group discussion, based on a written question and 5 prompts in the form of a mind map, 5 points that you got to choose. Any of 5 points you got to choose, and you have to deliver. You can talk all the points as well, no problem at all. Okay, as long as you can speak for your group discussion and you can interact with your friends, you can argue. Okay, so please, for 3 minutes, please write. Again, you cannot ask question. Okay, and if you are 4 candidates in a group, you'll be given 8 to 12 minutes to discuss. Okay, if you have only three, you will have 9 minutes. If you have two, 6 minutes. Okay, all right, you should know that, and don't worry, the examiner will let you know according to your group members, the candidates. Okay, and again, here you cannot write anything. Okay, when you discuss, you cannot write, you have to discuss as usual. Okay, all right, so that's all for the part one and part two. Any question for this? Any question for this? Don't be shy, you can write here. Okay, don't be shy. Painless, Chi Lok Chin, Vishal, Eng, Ming Hui. Okay, any other students, you can say hi, madam, how are you? And you can introduce yourself. Okay, I know you guys just finished your lesson, is it? Around 4 something, right? Okay, thank you so much. You can still join after your lesson. Okay. Chia Yit Ying. Hello all. Madam Chia. Because Madam Chia, is it? Usually, hopefully it is Madam Chia, because say hello all, right? Okay. She'll be in shortly, I think. We are very busy today. Hi, Madam Mukris. Okay. All right. Okay. Next. Okay. Before starting with the main topic, the main slide, these are the compilation of speaking videos of mine for part one. Okay, you can see here, this is the first video is for part one. Second video link is for part two. Kugana, you can put the two link in the chat section. Okay. Shukwinder, yeah, okay, I will let you know later the best way to brainstorm ideas. Okay, don't worry. Okay, so the new format of speaking test is this link, the third link. The fourth link, use P2E2, that is the technique how to deliver your point. Okay, that is in this fourth link. And speaking and examples of P1 and P2, examples of speaking, the text you can see there. And how are you going to argue, you persuasive speaking, how to persuade. Okay, persuade the person to speak. Okay, so it is very important, that is why I did a lesson especially for this. So you can look at that in the last slides, sorry, the last link. Okay, so there are 6 links, right? Okay, why I show you this? Because today's focus based on the problem that you are facing, and I am explaining how to tackle that during your exam, so that is a different it's a different lesson, and this is your seminar, right? So that is why it is different. So apart from that, other items, if you want to know, you got to go to these links. Okay, can dear students, can don't worry. Okay, all right, so I have to tell you, you do not know, right? So that is why I separated and divided all the links for you. Okay, it is easy for you. All right. Okay, before that, I wish to answer for, wow, so many so many questions. Okay, don't worry. Okay, are we not allowed to jot down the points during group discussion? Yes, same as part one. You only allowed to write your points during that 3 minutes. Painless. So pain painless. Okay, you can write your name, painless. Very funny lah. Their names all are very funny names. Okay, all right. But I think you will do the best in your exam. Okay. I hope you can understand, painless. So you can't write. Please put down your pen after 3 and 2 minutes of preparation. Okay. Don't write down. The best way to brainstorm ideas. Okay, don't worry, the next slide, the first is the candidate's role. I think the second point, I will explain, Sukhwinder. And is there a heavy penalty for not being able to come to a conclusion in part 2? No, don't worry, don't worry. Okay, if you don't if penalty for not being able to come to a conclusion, don't worry. If you don't have time to conclude, doesn't matter. Sometimes we will ask you to, okay, please finish off your last sentence. Okay, you can say, okay, in conclusion, blah 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 blah. If the examiner just stopped you at 2 minutes and you feel like, I haven't explained about my conclusion, don't worry. Whatever that you speak, they will give you based on that. Don't worry, no any penalty, don't worry. Okay, all right, any other question? No, so far no. Okay, so let's start with the first common problems. Okay, the first one, the candidate's role. Okay, so your examiner will try their best to make your speaking test feel like a natural conversation, right? They will start off, they won't give you points, but the thing is, it is really natural. You don't be so nervous, okay? But this requires your cooperation. Okay, don't be nervous, don't be shy, don't be scared. Okay, be cool. Okay, so the candidate's role is to engage with the candidates by listening attentively to them and answer the question naturally. That is really important. You are good enough in your class with your friends, okay, but how come when you enter the examination hall everything will change? Right, am I correct? Everything will change. Okay, don't be too shy and scared to talk. Okay, they are normal human being. Okay, your candidates and also your examiner. Okay, all right. So here listening plays a key part in any conversation, and it is only by listening well that we can respond appropriately. If you are too scared, okay, you can't talk. Okay, you can't talk. Speak naturally. Okay, for example, for part 2, you should always pay close attention when the other candidates deliver their points. Okay, when you listen to them, then you can argue. When you listen to them, then you can add their points, you can support their points. Okay, so listening well can help you show a wide range of language in your arguments. Am I right? If you don't listen carefully or attentively, you can't argue. Right. When you argue, we can look at your points and also your language, how you put in, how you arrange your language, the sentences. If you don't listen, how are you going to argue? Right. So the candidate's role is really important. Okay. These are the common problem. It's a normal problem actually. Very simple. So be strong enough. Okay. I think there is a question here. Oh, these are the videos. Okay, I think it is from Kugana, right? Okay, thank you, Painless. Okay, no questions so far. Okay, so points brainstorm. Just now Supinder was asking about the ideas brainstorm. Yes, I can understand. There are few students asked about this as well. How to overcome this? Okay, don't worry. Only 2 minutes of preparation for your individual preparation, right? So once you get your point, so if you want to write your point, okay, first of all, you will have A4 paper with you. They will provide A4 paper, a blank paper for you to write your points, right? Please don't write your paragraph. Just write your point. And you can, it is up to you how are you going to do, But this is my style. I will ask my student to do this. Okay, I will ask them once they get the paper. I will ask them to do this: candidate A, candidate B, candidate C, and candidate D. Okay, let's say you are candidate B. Let's say you are candidate B. You write your points. Okay, your first point. Okay, this is your first point. Okay, elaborate here. And when you elaborate, use WH questions. And your second point, this is your second point. Elaboration, examples. Okay, elaboration E1, E2, E1, E2, example, justification, example, justification. Can you see here? Okay, this is also you have to use WH questions as well, because when you write based on these WH questions, you can elaborate, you can expand the notes very well in a point form. Don't write the essay. This is only for you, for your part one. And why are you writing all this for CA, CD, CC? Okay. Later, when you listen to them, actually you cannot write, but the thing is you still can how to say listen to them, but don't write, but don't write. For the they will give you 3 minutes, right? 3 minutes for your group preparation, right? So while this group preparation, you can choose more than one point. Okay, when you choose more than one point, try to write here, try to put in here. Okay, try to put in here. But it is, but for the group discussion, you have to listen to them first lah. Listen to them first, then you argue with these points. That is why I asked them to write CA, CB, CC, and CD. But don't write during the presentation. I mean during the 12 minutes. Okay, in 3 minutes you have to write everything. Okay, all right. And this is very important. This is very important. Brainstorm. And most of the student teacher only, I think I read the what is that, the comments from the Google form that we had provided earlier. Okay, they said we only have 2 minutes, teacher, how to write the points. So this is the way. Okay, I hope I couldn't remember the names, but hope you can do this way. Hi, Lee Simon. Hi, good evening. Okay, I hope you can follow this. Okay, this is very easy. Okay, why I ask you to use WH questions? Okay, for example, let's say you have your 2 points here. Okay, for your first point, you have the point, but the thing is, you will face some problems on how to get or how to expand the ideas, right? So when you have here who, why, how, because this main point is from your point that had given, right? Am I right? From your uh candidate A's point, candidate B's point, candidate C, candidate D, all are different individual points, is it? So this is for that. Okay, the for the elaboration, I want you to use WH questions. Okay, so then you elaborate. Okay, why, how, then you elaborate one, elaboration two. Okay, example, you can give more than one example. Later I will explain to you. More than one example, not necessary you just use only one example. Okay. All right. So this is for the points. Okay. Any question for the points? You can ask now. I can explain. Any question? Sukwinda, are you clear? Okay. So if you don't have any question, okay, the next common problem, fluency and coherence. Okay, fluency is the ability to keep talking without pausing to think of a word or how to explain something. Am I right? Okay, but this is the main problem actually. You will think and you will stop, right? And you feel like, oh, I stopped many times, I will lose my marks, right? Am I right? Okay, all right. So here, rather than simply being a matter of speed, I mean fluency here, your fluency is clearly linked to your knowledge of vocabulary and grammar. Okay, in fact, when candidates try to speak quickly, what they say becomes difficult to understand. Okay, if you are too fast, too speed, okay, to catch what he said, okay, to catch it's very difficult, so as in all parts of the test, clear communication is the key, right? Am I right? Okay, so speaking too quickly will limit your fluency rather than enhance it. Okay, coherence in speaking relates to your ability to connect your ideas together so that the examiners and also candidates can easily follow them. So it is also closely linked to clear communication and being understood. So fluency here is very important, and I have an example here. Okay, I have an example. Yeah. Okay, for example, you can see here. Okay, I just chose one point and just elaborated. Okay, for fluency. Okay, the example here. Why everybody needs to eat healthy. It's an example. Okay, you can see here. Eating healthy improves our overall performance, and this is the point, right? These both are same points, but you can see the differences. Okay, so the first candidate A, okay, the script for the candidate A, for example, I think when we eat right, our body, um uh can you see too many stops? Can you see here? Okay, the energy it needs to perform well. Eating a balanced diet like unprocessed carbohydrates, um again stop, protein. I also think that we can get the calories that we need to um get energy. So many pauses. Can you see that? So many pauses, and these are the pauses. Okay, okay, this is too long. Okay, and you can see here, I think when we eat right, I also think, you see, repetition. Okay, the repetition here. You can see that as well. Okay, this is candidate A. What about candidate B? Okay, when we eat right, we give our body the energy and it needs to perform well. Okay, according to Harvard Health publication, um, God still have helpful eating helps us keeping the energy level high. Eating a balanced diet, including unrefined carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Okay, I believe that we get the calories and we need to boost energy while also supplying proper nutrients to keep our metabolism going. Which is better, CA or CB? Which is better? Can you tell me? Anybody? Which is better, C or CB? Just write there, CA or CB. CA, CB. You can write there in the chat session. Which is better? CB. Okay. Shobhaneshwari Krishnan. Okay, she says CB. Yes, CB, definitely candidate B, right? Because why candidate A. You can see there, actually, there are so many repetitions, and this candidate A relies on repetition, I think, okay, as well as the filler. Filler means the pauses. Can see, okay, so many pauses to keep going, okay. But then, the candidate B, he also does this. Am I right? But only one, only once, but only once, and also far less frequently. Can you see that? This is very frequent. Candidate A, right? But the thing is, CB is able to summon the language. He needs to explain his ideas more easily, and he also explained very well. Can you see that? Although they have only once, okay, all right. So when you uh, deliver your speech, I can understand. Sometimes you feel nervous. You need some pauses, right? But don't do frequently. Okay, once is okay. Once we know who is thinking about something, that is why, because they will continue immediately. Once they say but they will continue immediately. They won't stop too long. Okay, and we won't penalize much. Okay, don't worry. Okay, and you can see, candidate B answers fully. Can you see? I mean, he has some examples, and he has elaboration, and he finish off the last sentence. Can you see that? Okay, so we won't ask any question. We will just listen whatever that you give, and we will provide marks. Okay, so don't worry, but the thing is, just follow this style. Okay, just follow this style. This is why we say the fluency and coherence is very important. Okay, coherence, right? Coherence, the consistency is very important. And also the fluent, you have the a special mark for that. Okay, it is normal. When you speak, we know it is fluent or not, right? And if you eliminate all these items, the filler and also the repetition, you can do well, and you can get more marks. Okay, all right. So this is only an example. Okay, any other questions? Okay, good. All of you choose CB. Okay, all right. Next is interactive communication. Yes, it is natural to want to prepare as much as possible for any test. This is very important. However, as we have seen, learning answers will not help you achieve a high score. Don't learn, don't memorize. Okay, please don't memorize the points or notes, because sometimes the students, they like to memorize, they like to memorize, and they like to put in the, but that's a good idea actually. But the thing is, don't show that you are memorizing, and don't show that. Talk naturally, and interact and respond confidently and effectively. This is under interactive communication. You have to show your confident level, your high confident level, and you have to talk effectively. Okay, if you are a shy person, try to see yourself as helping the other candidates, be polite, friendly, and respond in a full simple sentences. I know, okay, it is really difficult for you to construct sentences, or you are very shy, but it's okay, as long as you put in a very simple sentences, no problem at all, as long as you finish off the sentences. Okay, so you can see here, this means giving a complete answer rather than short responses of one or two words. But I don't think you have that problem. Okay, I don't think you have the problem. I think you will explain more. Right. Okay, so this is under interactive communication. I mean, confident level and talk effectively is very important. Okay, next, pronunciation. Okay, pronunciation. When it comes to pronunciation, many candidates neglect to think about individual sounds, word stress, okay, the sounds, word stress, sentence stress, intonation, and so on. Okay, it is important that your speaking is easy to understand, right? We got to understand. You are using so many bombastic words, but the thing is, the candidate couldn't understand. Okay, they failed to understand what you say. Okay, so the features of your pronunciations, it's very important, that will lower your score are those that make your ideas difficult to follow. Okay, so pronounce well and talk louder. Please stress the word. Okay, stress the sentence. Okay, all right. And these features that will raise your score are those that help make your meaning clear. Okay, and avoid, very important, avoid noticeable errors in stress and intonation patterns. It's very important. Okay, don't show that, you will lose your marks for this. Okay, all right. Any questions so far? Any question, dear students? Any question? So here I wish to say that mother tongue, mother tongue, mother tongue. Don't worry if your pronunciation, the stress, the intonation, the sounds, if it is really clear enough, don't worry about your mother tongue. Okay, but the thing is, speak clearly. Okay, speak clearly. Stress the words, start the sentences, so that we know, okay, these candidates really understand well the topic. Okay, rather than just okay, blah 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 blah, until like a bullet train, A to Z. Okay, no stress, no intonation, no nothing. Right, so please, please follow all this. Actually, I encountered all this during this speaking exam with my students. Okay, so and you are going to sit for that, so that is why it is really helpful. And also I read all your notes, I mean all your questions, and based on that I came up with these slides. Okay, I came up with these slides. I don't want to give you simply, and I wish to give whatever that you are going to use for your exam next week. Okay, all right. So any question before we start with one example? We have four candidates. I think they can come in into Conti. Ugana, you can put the link. Yes, Madam Chia, clear articulation with stress and intonation. Yeah, very important. Kugana, you can paste the link. Yeah, let's start with our speaking activity. We have four candidates. Okay, well, okay, the link is there. Uh, the four candidates, please come into the Conti. Okay, so this is the question. Okay, this is the question. This tag consists of two parts, part one and part two. Part one is carried out first, followed by part two. Okay, so this is your first page of your question paper, which is only part one. Okay, and the situation you can see, you can read here 2 minutes to prepare, 2 minutes to talk. Don't read all that, don't waste your time. You only have 2 minutes. Once you get your paper, look at your situation. Okay, no need to read others, because you know what to do. Okay, once you get your paper, you just look at your situation. Don't waste your time. As what I said, just put the cross there and you can write your points. Okay, all right. So the situation here is, we all like to have money because we can do many things with it. Suggest some ways on how you like to spend your money. So for this candidate A, the point is spending money on food. Okay, so read the situation carefully. We like to have money. We. Who is your audience? The audience, they will just say we. So anybody could be. Okay, they didn't specify to a particular person. For example, a parent, students, a teacher, youth, teenagers, no, nothing. We. So anybody could be. So your example for WH question for who, for the example, you can give anyone. No problem at all. So all these are very important. It is very simple, but sometimes the students will overlook that. Okay. The same thing, I did my speaking exam today in my school for my trial exam for my students. They did the same mistake. They are asking about youth, but they didn't mention anything about youth, and they are just simply explaining the points are correct, but the thing is, in examples I didn't notice anything about youth. They're just talking, they just give examples, and I explained again. So it is very simple actually, but they overlook. Okay, it will happen because it is an exam, right? Anybody can do the mistake. Okay, don't worry. But if you know, you can just because you cannot write anything on the question paper, but the thing is you can write in the paper that they have provided. Okay, all right. So we could be anyone, and you have to talk about spending money on food. Candidate A. What about candidate B? So candidate B, you got to, the situation will be same for all the candidates. Candidate B, you got to talk about spending money on friends. Just now on food, is it? So second is friends. Candidate C, you got to talk about spending money on clothes. Okay. Candidate D, you got to talk about spending money on traveling. Okay, all right. So, what about the four candidates? Are you here? Okay, are you here? Kugana, you can put them in the Conti. Okay, Go is here. Marishta. Marishta, Vishal. Marishta, Indian girl. I thought she's a Malay. Okay. Go is here. Vishal is here. Okay. I checked Vishal's script so many times. Okay. But he's very lucky. I checked many times, so he will do very well next week. Okay. What about another candidate? We have four, right? Uh, Another one. What's the name? Huh?
Her name Adia. She's on the
Alia.
way.
Alia. Yeah, Alia. Alia sent me a long script, but I don't have time to read because she sent too late. So it's okay. Okay, so do you want to wait for Alia, or we just start with this with three? What do you think?
She said her line is a bit problem. She's gonna join in a bit.
She will join shortly. Okay, never mind. It's okay, no problem. Never mind, because you can still continue with your three candidates. Okay, your three candidates, no problem. But you will be given only 9 minutes. Not 12 minutes. For four candidates, you'll be given 8 to 12 minutes. Yeah, I wish to say here for your duration, 8 to 12 minutes. Or start with this. Medansha, she has given the green light, so we can start. Okay, yeah. 8 to 12 minutes. You have to, if you feel that it is enough, about 9 minutes. Okay, 9 minutes, you wanted to stop in 9 minutes or 10 minutes, it's okay, doesn't matter, because must be more than 8 minutes, because they say 8 to 12, right? But don't stop by 8 minutes. Okay. Okay, must talk more than 8 minutes, but if you don't stop at 12, doesn't matter, you can stop at 9, 10, no problem, but I will ask my students to talk until 12. I will tell them until the examiner stop you, please talk. I will tell them that, because if you talk more you will get more marks. You have to remember that. If you stop early you will get less marks. It is normal, right? You speak less, definitely your marks will be less, isn't it? If you talk more, if you have more points, definitely they will award more marks, right? That is normal. So that is why I will tell them, never mind, you just speak whatever that you want, you wish to say, just speak out until the examiner said, okay, 12 minutes is up, then you stop. That is my technique. Okay, I will ask them to just talk. Okay, because before this 10 minutes, right, 10 minutes the candidate say tak cukup masa, tak cukup masa. Now 12 minutes you don't want to talk. Okay, so please talk till 12 minutes. Okay, I think you guys can do it. All right, so let's start with candidate. Do you want me to give you 2 minutes to for your preparation? Vishal, Marshita, and Go. No need, is it? For the for the part one, I don't think you need 2 minutes for your preparation. Do you want 2 minutes? Go, Marisha and Vishal. No need, Mashita, I think she has some problem, line problem. Okay, candidate A. Who is candidate A? I think Vishal. Vishal candidate A, is it?
Yes, madam.
Because I checked so many times, so already know that you are a candidate A. Okay,
Yeah.
you can start now.
Okay.
Vishal, 1 minute, 1 minute.
Essential
I want to,
necessities in our
I
daily
want to,
lives.
oh, 1 minute, Vishal. I want to check your timing.
Yes.
You are having a line problem, huh? Pity you guys. Okay. Okay, Vishal, you can start now. Vishal, you can start now.
Yes, madam. Food is one of the essential necessities in our daily lives. Therefore, spending money for it is unavoidable. However, there are many variables that determine how much we spend on it. In addition to that, I will suggest methods to reduce the expenditure of food after listing and explaining the variables that I have mentioned. Two of the variables that I will be covering are the cravings one gets and the quality of their diets. Since sweet and savory foods are everywhere nowadays, like advertised in McDonald's, in shopping markets, and many creative advertisements by famous companies, almost everybody has cravings. These cravings may cause one to spend a lot of money on food just for some temporary satisfaction. One's diet quality, however, is a variable since healthier diets tend to cost more um, than unhealthy diets. For example, vegetarian chicken or just generally salads and stuff, more expensive than burgers from McDonald's. And snacks you can get in the local grocery store. And some ways that we can reduce the expenditure for food is to develop self-restraint and developing an individual suited diet. Self-restraint can be developed with a clear reason and sense of purpose. With time, one's appetite will adapt to the ideal eating patterns that are needed by the body to carry out the day. Consciously creating a diet to suit one's needs allows them to carry on throughout the day. This helps to cut out and remove unnecessary foods and snacks from one's diet, further decreasing the cost for food. These are some of the variables that affect the amount of money we spend on food and solutions that to decrease said expenditure for food. Thank you.
Okay, so actually more than 2 minutes. I didn't stop because I want to listen to you. Okay, but the thing is, why maybe two more than two? Because your intro, it's I feel that it's quite lengthy. Your intro is it, Michelle? Your introduction. So I think you can come up with your intro, but the thing is try to make it one or two sentences should be okay. Okay, one, or if you want to in before putting forward your points, you want to say a few words about the situation, right? Can, but the thing is, don't give a lengthy explanation. Okay, straight away go for your points. Okay, all right. Okay, Vishal, very good, very good. And he added many examples because I didn't see that in his script. Today it is really a different script. It's okay, very good. That's why I say next week when you get your paper, you will do excellently because keep practicing, right? Keep practicing. Okay, all right. So who is candidate B here? Go, right? Go. Okay, go. Go. You can start now.
Good evening, madam. My topic that I will talk is spending money on friends. Spending money on friends that we can do that we can do on spending money on friends is sending present to friends during any festival, such as Merry Christmas or Chinese New Year. Other than that, we also can get them a birthday present because birthday is also a day that once a year. Uh, getting them present, we can enhance our relationship. Apart from that, uh, spending money on friends, we also can uh, spend a meaningful time with friends. At the same time, we can hang out with our friends, or we can travel with our friends during holidays. For example, we can travel to Pulau Redang to have a chill time. We can go for snorkeling or swimming in the beach or anything. Uh, we can having fun in the trip and release our stress that we could not do during our normal time. In conclusion, spending money on friends is a good way to spend money.
Okay, good. Go. You have finished, right? Okay, I think. Okay, just nice. 2 minutes. Just peace and cool. Okay, good. Okay, I just want to add here. Spending money on friends. You said first sending present to friends during any festival, and you explain about that. You gave your elaboration and you give some examples. Christmas and CNY, right? Chinese New Year celebration. That is your example. And once you have given your example, for example, you said, okay, for example, the festivals such as Christmas and Chinese New Year, don't stop there. Why? And what will you give? Okay, I said the WH, I told you about the WH questions, right? So try to put in here. Don't stop there. If you just stop there and you just say, okay, my second point, or moreover, spending money at the same time, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we feel that this particular candidate couldn't explain more. Okay, usually those who have less vocabulary or explanation, they don't want to talk more, they will, but for you, okay, I can see because you cover with other explanation. Okay, good enough. But the thing is, if you add more, okay, for example, Christmas and CNY, for this kind of festival, if we blah 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 blah, can you see that? Explain more. Don't just stop with that. Okay, explain one or two sentences should be okay. Okay, but the thing is, when you explain well in other points or other explanation, you cover it. Go has that technique. He covered it, so I didn't see much about the problem, so don't worry, it's okay. But the thing is, this is one of the technique to get more marks, that's all. I just wish to tell you. Okay, all right. Okay, candidate C.
That's me, madam. Madam, can you hear me clearly?
Masita.
Marishta.
Marishta. Okay.
Can you
Oh,
hear me clearly, madam?
I can hear you, but I couldn't see you. Wait, 1 minute. I have to go in
Yeah,
this.
because I think my camera. Can you see me now? Is it clear?
Actually, my laptop is having problem as well. I think Kugana is admitting me so many times. Never mind. You can carry on, girl. Never mind. It's okay. I can hear you very clearly.
Oh, okay. I think I'll just proceed without my camera on because I think my line is not so okay.
No problem. No problem.
Okay, I'll start. Good evening to the examiners and my fellow friends. In my opinion, one of the ways to spend money is by spending money on clothes. We can spend money on clothes by buying comfortable clothes. This is because clothes provide us with comfort. We will feel comfortable in clothes that are able to provide us with warmth and protect us from harsh weather conditions. This is, for example, wearing long sleeve shirts to protect us from harmful UV rays. Besides that, clothes are also enabling us to radiate confidence. This is because when we wear clothes that boost our confidence, we will feel good in our own skin. Hence, we are able to appear confident in public and not afraid to make a public entrance. An important aspect is by considering the aspects of the quality of the material and also the style. Every person has his or her own unique style, which they are able to express in their own way. So, how do we be a wise consumer when it comes to spending money on clothes? We should buy comfortable and also affordable quality clothing. For example, we can visit thrift stores or also purchase clothes during sales. We can also conduct some online shopping to buy clothes because clothes purchased from Shopee or Lazada is priced at a much more lower price. But it is also necessary sometimes to buy clothes which are slightly more expensive. This is because it is inherently proven that clothes which are more expensive is more durable and is able to last in the long run. Furthermore, it is also necessary not to spend too much money on trends. This is because trends are known to be a passing fad. Hence, if you spend too much money on trends, sometimes the trends will be out of season in a few weeks short of time. All in all, I can say that it is important to spend money on clothes because clothes provide us with comfort. We are also able to radiate confidence, boost our confidence levels. How do we be a wise consumer? This is by buying affordable and quality clothing and not to spend too much money on trends. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Candidate C, huh? Okay, I just want to ask the opinion from the other friends, uh, the friends who are watching us. Okay, so all of them, candidate A, B, C. Okay, you can see they did the best. Okay, they did the best, and okay, uh, uh, for me, I think Marshita, right? Marishta.
Marishta.
Marishta. Okay, Marishta. She has the clear intonation, word stress. Okay, am I right, Madam Chia? I think you are listening to us. She has the stress and the intonation, but don't worry. Okay, okay, don't worry. Go and Vishal. Your explanation are also excellent. Okay, only thing is the intonation. When you have the stress, the word stress, we feel that okay, this candidate is really confident enough. Okay, really confident because you stress the word. Just now Go and Vishal, they have their own point, and yeah, the points are really excellent, but the thing is, if they use the style of speaking like Marishta, I mean the technique of stressing the words, the intonation, okay, I think you will get more marks. Okay, but don't worry, you still have time, that is why I asked Madam Chia for a few candidates to come into the country, because you can see clearly, right? Luckily, we have different level of students, and I ask for different level of students as well. But you are really great, three of you, very good points, because when you send me the points, I already know they are good enough. Okay, only thing is sometimes we need some practice, and you're really good. Okay, good enough. Masita, Vishal, and Go. Okay, what about group discussion? I think we can do can or not go Vishal and Marishta. Can, is it? Only for only for 9 minutes, but never mind. No need to take too long. Okay. So the situation here is people should be careful when spend their money. Okay. In your group discussion, especially discussion, it's a typo here. How many how money can be spent carefully? So your point here is how money can be spent carefully. Okay, the situation is a different situation, but the thing is the main topic is same topic. This is under social issue. Okay. All right. So you have 5 points. These are the mind map that they said just now. Okay. You will be given 5 points. You can use this point, or you can also can be used your own points. No problem at all. Okay. It is better if you have your own points as well. If you want to get more marks, actually to get high band. Okay. If you have your own point, if you put forward, you will definitely get your high band. And you also can link that point with these given points. Okay. All right. Most of the students, they won't do that. They will just use the points that are given. Okay. Such as buy online. Okay. Use public transport. Okay. There are five here. But if you use apart from these five, it is good. You will get your high point, high marks for your content. Oh, Tanjiman. Madam, just now CB mentioned about spending money on friends by traveling together with them. But for candidate D, the point is also spending money on traveling. Are we allowed to do so? Okay. Spending money on friends by traveling together with them, with friends traveling, it is a separate point which is for CB. It is his own point. It is not candidate D's point. I can understand Tanji Man's question. It is his point. He's spending money on friends by traveling, right? And candidate D's point, spending money on traveling but not on friends, right? Maybe she will come up with other examples, other elaboration, because we don't have candidate D here. That's a problem. But the thing is, if CB still use candidate D's point for traveling, spending what is that, spending money on friends, no problem at all. It is his point, that is candidate B's point. No problem at all. We won't say, "Oh, okay, he took candidate D's point." No, it is not D's point, it is an example only. Spending money on friends by traveling together. Okay. And he gives some examples, isn't it? Tanjiman, is it clear? Is it clear? I will ask my weak students to do this. Usually I will put the weak students according to the index number. I will put them C or D. I will put the good student A and B. So the weak students, they will listen to candidate A and B. I will ask them to get some points from them, and you elaborate, because they can't speak. The students here, they are very weak actually. So that is my own technique. I don't know what to do. Pity them. If they don't speak, they won't get bugs. Okay, as long as they relate something with their own point from other candidates' point, doesn't matter. But the thing is, the idea, it's a different idea, right? So no problem. Okay, Tanjiman. Okay, clear. All right. Thank you. Good, good. That is why I asked the students to come up. Okay. All right. Go, Vishal, Marishta. Let's start. It is already 12, 6:13. but we still cannot cover others points, is it? Cannot cover their points, cannot. This is individual it is an individual presentation, right? So no, cannot cover. I mean, you want to use their point, cannot. But the thing is, this is, I can understand, it's a really different point of view of candidate B. Okay, don't cover. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's start. Go, Vishal and Marishta. Shall we start?
Okay,
Who is
madam.
who is the leader? Marishta.
Okay, I'll start first. Good morning to the examiners and my fellow friends. One of the ways we can spend our money carefully is by planning a budget. This can be done by tracking our finances to know where our money is going to. So instead of just planning a healthy budget, we should know where our finances are going to, how is our expenditure, and what are our expenses. So we can always have a list of expenditure to know what we are spending our money on. It is also important not to just overspend, but also plan our spending expenditure wisely. This can be done by doing a list of things to buy and list of things to eat for the month. So this, what do you guys think?
I'm strongly agree with Marista's points on planned budget. We can make a shopping list to ensure that we only buying our necessary thing. This could help us to save many unnecessary expenses that we do not need. Other than that, uh, we can also buy online. Buying online is more cheaper than we buying in shopping center. For example, we can buy from Lazada, from Shopee, and the prices of the same things on the website are more cheaper than we buying from shopping center. Uh, we also can shop during sales uh, because during sales that there's discount and uh, the discounts is really helpful for us to spend money carefully because we can save many costs that is unnecessary. What do you think about my points?
Yes, I agree with you, Go, because buying things online can be much cheaper compared to buying things in the store and physically. But because in the store we have to pay costs like electricity bills, cost a lot depending on the location. So the prices may decrease a lot, be a lot difference when you buy online. Now, some other ways that we can spend money carefully is by planning our budget. Well, by planning our budget, meaning that it can mean a lot of things, but what I'm pointing towards is making a by rationing it throughout the month. For example, every week, for example, we live in a college, so we can divide our expenditure weekly, so that we don't overspend and buy something from the corporation, for example. We can divide our part-time pay weekly, so that we can get our groceries, whatever that we need, without getting put in a pinch where we have to be very scarce with our spendings. Secondly, we can even track our finances. Tracking our finances usually keeps us in check. Well, some of you might think that tracking our finances and planning our budget might be similar, but actually tracking our finance happens during our expenditure, so that we don't get ahead of ourselves and spend too much on something. Every day, every night, if you can check our finances for the day, we can tell ourselves, okay, maybe tomorrow I have to spend a little less. Maybe I should have not spent for this and this and that. Well, what do you guys think about that?
I agree with Vishal and Go to a certain extent about buying online. It is true that buying online can save us some money because clothes and other materials are priced at a much cheaper price. However, some people they get carried away thinking that they are spending lesser money buying online because they keep spending and purchasing more things online. So it reverts back to planning a budget. We should divide what are the things which is important, what are the things which is imperative and vital to our health before putting other expenses. So this is always reverting back to planning a budget by listing down things which are necessary and separating things which are not necessary. Besides that, shopping during sales is also one way we can spend our money carefully. However, is some people they spend too much money during sales. They buy unnecessary things, and sometimes they tend to forget that it is not within their budget. What do you guys think?
I strongly agree with your additional points on planning budget and others others disadvantage on buy online and shop during sales. Okay, so back to the point on plan budget. So plan budget is the most important way that help us to spend money carefully because plan budget will make us have the thought of not spending not spending money that over our budget out of our budget and not spending unnecessary expenses.
Okay. All right. Okay. Uh, any conclusion? Anyone? Do you want to conclude? The best way to spend
So
money
the conclusion
carefully?
is that the best money that we can spend money carefully is by planning our budget, since that has the least disadvantages compared to the other points that are given. Thank you.
Okay. Uh, a very simple conclusion. It's okay. Doesn't matter. If they ask you to conclude, you can do this way, no problem, because we can understand. Because whatever that you speak, whatever that you deliver, that's your marks. Okay, that's your marks. So don't worry. So just talk. And yeah, I could see the part two's elaboration from Go, Vishal, and Marishta. They have their actually they agree with that the particular candidate's opinion. They agree and they give some justification. I mean, they add some points and they come up with the own point. I could see that very good, very good, because I want you to do that for your part two. Okay, please just don't agree with them and just start with your own point. Okay, you have to say something, although you say that you agree with this particular candidate by buying online. You have to add some points for them. Okay, I mean, you add some points and you please come up with your own point. I mean, you can continue with your own point. Okay, very good. They have that because most of them they didn't disagree. They agree and they give the justification and they gave their own point, the selected point. Very good. If you want to disagree, you have to disagree why. You have to say. Okay, you have to say, then you explain your own point. Okay, I mean, the point that you are going to put forward. Okay, all right, very good, very good. You guys can do well, don't worry. Just try to do more practice on past year's questions. Past year's questions, I could see here you have the language, you can talk well, you can elaborate very well, but the thing is only we do not know what questions are going to come out. So for the question, I mean, for the situation, you can do your you can do past year's questions. Please do that. Okay. Okay. Potuli. Oh, okay. Can we combine the points in part two as some points actually related to other points like buy online and shop during sales? Can, no problem. If you combine, you explain, you will get more marks, because we know that this candidate is really good. He know how to combine these 2 points and can elaborate well. Don't worry, can, no problem. Okay, can combine the points in part 2, no problem. Okay, totally, because I think by doing this you will get more points because you really understand very well. Okay, we know that. Okay, and you will get more marks in your content wise, task fulfillment. Okay, apart from your language interaction, you are superb. Three of them, you're very good. Okay, totally, is that clear? I have another question, I think. Madam, what should we do when we don't know how to respond the other candidates? Okay, respond meaning that when they explain, you don't know how to respond. I mean, disagree or agree. I mean, you do not know how to put forward the arguments, right? Am I right, Hamiza? Okay. I think you can understand. You can understand. That is why, please, all the candidates, talk loudly, talk clearly. I think you can understand. Only thing, yes, about that, madam. Okay, good. Uh, I think you can understand. Only thing you don't know how to respond. I know time constraint, right? Time constraint. Only 2 minutes, only 3 minutes. You will think about 12 minutes. Yes. Ask them to repeat the question. Okay, ask them to repeat the question. Or because here madam, I think she has already listened to them. So if you ask them to explain again, it will take too long. Question, never mind. But if it is an explanation and you wish to start off, I mean, when it's your own, it's your turn, I can understand. You can just I think you can understand. Only thing is you cannot explain more. You cannot justify in a lengthy sentences. Am I right? Never mind, you just say that okay, for example, buy online, right? Okay, Hamiza. Okay, thank you, candidate B. I agree with you. By buying online, it is the best way to spend money carefully, because I used to buy online things for my blah 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 blah. Can you just say that, Amiza? Can you just say that? It's a very simple explanation from the uh, points delivered by your previous candidate. Can you say that, Amiza? A very simple explanation. Agree? Why? Because I also love to buy online items. Full stop. Should be okay. You already responded to your particular candidate. Can you do that? I think you guys can do that. It's a very simple thing. It's a very simple sentence, only one or two sentences only, because you also agree with that because you love to buy online, and you also can spend money carefully. Come back to the main question. Come back to the main question. Good. I think yes, very good. So here we can see that Amiza, at least you put forward, when you agree, you put forward one or two sentences, a very simple sentences. Okay. All right. Very good. Then you just continue with your own point. Okay. All right. Okay. Any other question? If you don't have any other question, final tips. It's already 6:26. Okay. So the final tips here. Firstly, don't try to learn answers. Just answer naturally. Speak naturally. These three students, they can speak naturally. This is an example only. We have more out there. Okay. All right. Uh, oh, thank you, madam. Okay, good. Practice answering questions on a wide variety of topics. Make sure you have something to say. Yeah, definitely you can speak out. Okay, definitely you can speak out. Why wide range of topic? Because you can link whatever that you learn, whatever that you have read, right? Okay, and here I will focus on. Usually, I will focus on past year's questions. Now, next week is your exam. Don't do other questions from any other workbook. Please don't do. Just follow my idea. Just do past year's questions, because I saw many past year's questions. They repeat the same question. Situation is different, but the point is same point. Okay, recently in session 2, my student, she told me, teacher, same point. Okay, but that particular group, they didn't do that practice, because I have so many examples past year's questions, so they didn't do that question paper. So it's okay, what to do. Okay, so please do past year's papers. Okay, so you have only a few days, right? So you only have few days. Please do past year's papers. Don't look at other books at all. Okay, but you can have a look, you can get some points, no problem, but focus more on past year's papers. Okay, review your answers by recording yourself and writing out what you say. Focus on different criteria each time. Okay, this is before you sit for your exam. Okay, I will do that for my student. Record your own recording. After that, what you do, the recording, you try to write, there you can see your grammar mistakes, your points, your pronunciation is different, right? Yeah, but when you record and you listen, you know the pronunciation, right? If it is wrong, okay, you can correct it. Okay, so that is why I usually do that. Okay, record and never mind, it's okay. Because sometimes you do not know, you are not listening yours. If you record and listen, then you will listen, isn't it? So you do that. Who knows, one or twice you can do this, and you can the weaknesses. Okay, work in your own group. Okay, I think now you already have your own index numbers, and you already have your own group, and also your leader in your group. So please work in your own group. Focus on different aspect of pronunciation. Practice preparing and thinking of ideas for part 2. It's very important. Repeat tasks so that you can improve and build your language and skills. Do the same question many times, no problem. During speaking exam, try to be friendly and deliver in full sentences. Okay, if you feel that you are groping for words, okay, you stop and you grope for words, you want to think about that, you try to change the sentence in a simple sentence and finish off. Don't stop too long. Okay, listen attentively so that you uh, can interact by opposing the other candidates' ideas. Okay, please listen carefully. Okay, don't invent stories. This can make you less fluent. Yes, you don't try to, if you don't have a concrete example for that particular point, don't invent stories, don't create stories. Okay, because this can make you less fluent, during the exam. Okay, all right, that's all from Madam Vina. So don't worry, if you have more questions, you can just PM me. Okay, that is my tele ID, and also Madam Chia, we can help you out. Okay, don't worry. Okay, that's all from me. Uh, Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Savina. Madam Savina, are you still free for another 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, if that's fine with you, then could we proceed with a brief Q&A session before we end today's seminar?
Okay.
Okay, so our students, they have previously filled in a Google form to put down their doubts regarding the MUET speaking test, and
Yeah.
today their questions will be answered by Madam Savina. So due to the time constraint that we are facing right now, let's look at just a few questions asked by our students. Madam Savina, if you think you have answered a similar question, you may skip the questions
Yes,
presented.
yes. But most of the questions actually I already answered, and I actually most of the slides are based on their questions.
Okay, control host, can we have a look at the questions? All right, first one, how to prepare points and develop these points in a very short amount of time.
Okay, what's the question?
How to prepare points and develop these points in a very short amount of time.
That's the thing that I show you right just now, the mind map. I think that's the thing. 2 minutes,
Okay, so
3 minutes. Yeah, you have to do that. And the mind map, can you see first point, second point, and the three mind map, right? WH question. I wrote that right. That is the way. Okay,
all
you
right.
don't write in a full sentence in a paragraph. You don't have time.
Next question, please. Okay, how
How
to
to
sum up
sum?
in group discussion, as in how to make a conclusion at the end of the
Yeah,
group discussion.
just now Vishal did his part. Yeah, it's good because I can understand. It's a very simple conclusion. If you have time, you can just still say that, okay, let's say you have about 1 minute or 1 minute plus. You can just say that, okay, in conclusion, all of us agreed that the best blah 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 blah, full stop. That's all. One sentence. Don't explain more. It's your conclusion. It's your sum up. Ah, okay, you're the best way, the only one way, right? So don't talk a lot because that's your conclusion. That's the sum up. Okay, you will get your marks based on how much time you have taken for your time. I mean, 8 to 12 minutes. Okay, for the sum up, you won't get any specific marks. Don't worry.
Okay, third question. Control team, may we have a look at the third question? Okay.
How to
How to
avoid pause.
avoid pausing in the middle of speaking? How to make sure that I don't drift away from the topic?
Okay, pausing just now I told you, right? If you groping for words, if you pause, you are groping for words. Am I right? So what you do, you just change your mind and try to change the sentence in a simple sentence and finish off. Don't stop too long. How to make sure that I won't drift away from the topic. So this is considered a different question. Okay, basically when you get the situation, as first thing is you look at the keywords in the question, and also you have to look at the audience. Who are you in that situation? Okay, and the keywords, and I don't think you drift away from the topic. I think you can do it. Okay, underline. Okay, you cannot underline, you can get the point and you can write in the paper given. Okay, all right. Any other question? For the group presentation, we have to agree with 1 point only, right? We cannot agree with a few. No, 1 point only. The best way, the factor, the best factor, right?
So
Okay.
just to add on, it's more about speaking comfortably instead of speaking perfectly.
Yes. If one
Is
of the
that so?
candidates already spent
All
three
right,
more,
let's look at the fourth question.
is there any suggested time duration for each candidate to talk about his or her question?
Okay,
No.
for task
For
B, is there any suggested time duration?
part two, right? No, any suggested time. We can't ask the students, okay, you just speak for 2 minutes. No, we cannot say that. Mm. Okay, for the group presentation, we have to agree with one
Madam,
another.
the next three questions will be specifically targeted for group discussion. May I have a look at the previous question, please? Control host. This is the first one. Is there any suggested time duration for each candidate to talk about his or her opinion?
No, we don't have any suggested time. I won't give the suggested time for the particular candidates. If it is their wish, how are they going to explain? They have their own elaboration.
Okay,
They have their own time. Don't
yeah.
pity the students. Okay, for the group presentation, we have to agree with the point only. Oh, I already answered, right? Okay. Okay.
Okay, and then this one was the one that answered already. Okay.
Yeah.
The third question. Next question, please.
No question. Oh, if one of the candidates already spent 3 minutes to talk about this or point, should other candidates interrupt? If yes, then yes, you can interrupt. You can just say, "Excuse me, candidate A. I wish to. Okay, I wish to add. Okay, boleh, can ah?" But the thing is, if the candidate still wants to finish off, the candidate can say that, okay, sorry, candidate B, I wish to finish off my last sentence. Can you give me some time? You have to say that. Then the other candidate who said, excuse me, who is interrupted, you got to wait for a while. Okay? That should be the way. Uh, okay, any other question? Any, if one of the point is about political stability, what are the do's and don'ts? Usually, um, we don't get this. I didn't see this kind of question. Uh, just if you get, just give some positive answers. Okay, all right, all right. Oh, madam, is that doing revision in past year's question for writing, listening, reading also more helpful? Okay, all right. I think for speaking, I could see that for speaking. Okay, okay. Any other question? The moderator is missing. Okay, no question. Okay, okay. For group presentation, when we choose one point, we have to come up with disadvantages for us also. You mean you want to continue with other point? You want to continue with other points as well? Do you want to choose other points apart from one point? Can you can explain all the points. Okay. Although other points are relevant, can no problem. Okay. All right. So
Sorry, madam. Just now, my line was disconnected,
okay.
so it was an unexpected error. Yeah, sorry about
Okay.
that. Madam, have they like discussed all the questions with you?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. All right, so I guess this is the end of our Q&A sessions. So dear MUET test takers, for those who have filled in the Google form, fret not if your inquiry was not answered during this Q&A session. Madam Savina will answer your questions asked in the Google form and do a lesson based on the student's request, okay? Now, to end this webinar today, thank you, Madam Savina, for your sharing today. I'm sure our MUET test takers have a lot to take away from this seminar. Special thanks to Vishal, Go, and Marishta for sharing your enthusiasm in today's stage. Last but not least, thanks to our listeners as well for being attentive throughout this seminar. Your attention is deeply appreciated. With that, we have concluded our seminar today. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.